was more vague language in the legislation. It says that the CSU cannot require students to repeat similar courses. Again, similar, not that helpful, right? So who's going to decide similar? I would imagine it'll drill down, and as it should, to the discipline faculty at the CSU. So like one example, when we're trying to look at commonalities in lower division major prep, Cal State LA and Northridge both require a year of British Lit for lower division major prep for English majors. Cal State Dominguez Hills has no lower division major prep. Their British Lit is at upper division. So if we have this degree contain British Lit, is Dominguez Hills going to make them repeat that because it's upper division there? And historically with the CSUs, they are really territorial at that lower upper division. They're like, nope, we offered it upper division, you have to repeat it. So again, I don't know. Maybe they won't have to repeat it, maybe they will, we don't know. So again, lots of unanswered questions. Oh, thank you. So there you go, there's the language. The CSU shall not require students to enter into courses that are similar. And again, that's determined by each CSU campus, who are like, you know, wild cats, right? San Diego, there's one thing wrong. I mean, the UCs are actually much more consistent than the CSUs. Okay, thank you for going backwards. And for some reason in their presentation, they had Plan B, then Plan A. I don't know, but I'll just go with the order they went. So, the ASCCC, I'll kind of cut to the chase. You guys have probably seen these messages from them, or the correspondence. They really are encouraging all of us to wait because they're developing statewide models. So they're encouraging all of us to wait until they start unveiling these statewide models, and they're hoping that we will all choose to adopt these. So that the idea is there will be a clearer, common path for California community college students transferring to the CSU. But then we'll see the problems, because it's really not going to be a common path, which is also a weird thing. So what they don't want us doing, but which we can do, is that it would actually be however many districts, 72 districts, you know, all designing different degrees. And that wouldn't be helpful to the students, really. Okay, keep going. Yeah. Okay, so here, and again, this is from the ASCCC, so they're hoping that it'll be a concerted statewide response. Go ahead. A model curriculum developed by intersegmental discipline faculty, and this is all being kind of coordinated through the CID discipline groups. Do you all know CID? It's the, I'll try not to do too much of it. It's the newest attempt at Common Course numbering. So we'll see. It is yet to be seen its effectiveness or its usefulness. But that's what they're running. They're trying to develop this statewide curriculum through these CID discipline groups. Okay, keep going. You can just go. Yeah, keep going. Go, go. Okay, stop. Let's see. So again, the CID. And again, you can all of us can go on the CID website. You can create a username and password, and you can all participate in that. So I've been encouraging the faculty at Pierce to do so just to see what's up on there, so that you all, as the faculty in your discipline, can say, actually it looks pretty great, and we think it's going in the right direction, or I don't know what's going on there. So that probably would be a good thing for all of you to check out, and I know all that extra time we have. And then again, the ASCCC does keep reminding us that while they're hoping that we all adopt these statewide curriculum, model curriculums, that it is ours, we all do have local control over how we want to define these degrees. Which is another strange part of it, right? It's sometimes I feel like we're talking out of both sides. It's like we're saying we want this clear, seamless transfer pathway for our students, and this degree will do it. But then we say, but remember, we can all define it however we want. So I'm not sure where the poor students are ending up in all this. I don't, oftentimes in all these presentations and discussions, I don't hear that word come up a lot. I don't hear students being talked about a lot. Okay. And one benefit, if we will adopt the statewide model, is that the Chancellor's Office will expedite our approval. Although I don't feel like that should be a reason to adopt it, but, right? going. I'm just going to go through these. So here's what hopefully the benefits will be, right? But we don't know yet. So hopefully we'll have the coordination of intersegmental discipline faculty defining these statewide models, a clear pathway for students. Students earn an associate degree, complete major prep, and are given admission priority. But, I mean, as Larry and Lourdes and David and Deirdre know, I mean, I could go on for hours till you all fell asleep about, there are so many unknowns in all of this. I mean, we're defining the 18 units. Are we sure we're defining the 18 units so that they're actually prepared for the upper division study that our university colleagues have defined that they need for a baccalaureate degree? Most majors in the social, behavioral sciences, arts, and humanities do not require 18 units of lower division major prep. So do we run the risk of actually making students take courses with us that they'd be better off taking after transfer at the upper division level? Are they going to have to repeat coursework? There's just a lot of room for mischief in all of this. Okay. So here is what the transfer model curriculum is. Here's the model for it, and a draft of it, you'll see. So appropriate courses for an associate degree. Some of this is pretty obvious. Prep for transfer. Double counting encouraged. So now I'm going to digress a little bit. One thing that I've been talking to District Curriculum Committee and District Academic Senate about is that I think one thing that the LA District could do is start talking about policies like our board rules and e-regs that we should update in regards to SB 1440, so we at least ensure that for our students we're doing it right. Like, just this double counting encouraged. Like, if there are some community colleges out there that when they adopt this degree don't allow students to count coursework towards their major and towards fulfillment of GE, like, that would be horrible. So we have to make sure all our colleges do that. And since this degree contains the GE of the UC and the CSU faculty, right, the IGETSI and the CSU GE, double counting is allowed for both of those. So I don't think we want to start going, well, that's fine, but we're not going to apply it that way. We have to remember this is, the whole intent is an associate degree for transfer. So we need to let students double count GE and major. That just seems like a no-brainer to me. So we're going to start talking about those policies in the district. Okay, keep going. Yeah, fine, go. Okay. One more, I think. Okay. So the idea of this model curriculum, well, that it will contain a core, which is a minimum of 6 units. And that's what this interdisciplinary faculty groups through this CID are determining. So what are the 6 units or more, some will be more, that students have to have for this degree, depending on the major. And then there'll be an additional courses selected from lists. So those will be like restricted electives. Okay, so on to the next one. So here's the draft of the psychology. So again, it's a draft, so I want to remind everyone of that. Here's the core that they're talking about right now. Intro to psych, statistics, and research methods. Now, see, one interesting thing right here that was pointed out to the ASCCC that they hadn't realized up until 2 weeks ago. Only 40 plus California community colleges have this course in their curriculum. So does that mean that 70 plus of us are now need to design that course and submit it to approval for the Chancellor's office to offer this degree? Does it mean if we're now going to teach this course, we're bumping another course out of our curriculum? So what does it mean when we don't even have a core course in our curriculum? So they don't know yet. I mean, one answer we got was, well, maybe you don't get to offer that degree then. Well, I'm not sure that's really what our students want to hear. I'm sorry, you can't get that degree with us. They're going to think they should go to another community college then that offers the degree. So anyway, that's just one glaring, and again, it's a draft, so I'm hoping in the next round that will be pulled out of this. Okay, next one. And then select one of, and the interdisciplinary group came up with, you know, a biology course would be a good idea. But again, remember, this is for the psych major. Next slide. And then select one of, and what they did was they went and looked at some of the courses that the CSUs have at the lower division level and put them in there. But again, what does it mean if we don't have one? Probably most of